what even is this card? I will give you guys one guess. What do you think this guy is good at? But on a more serious note, if this card existed a few years back, he would have been the best player in the game. And that's not me saying that he's bad now, just pace this year is nowhere near as relevant. It's still nice to have, but not essential. I never pay more than 30,000 coins for a +1 upgrade, but Track Stars Diaby is an exception because EA gave him long throw play style.
We do not care.
The real reason that I think he's worth a lot more is the 23 plus physical. Like, that is a huge upgrade, and it is very noticeable in game. That is Centurion's Zambrotta that's just been absolutely bodied. And he also dives like prime Micah Richards. This guy wins so many fouls because his first touch pushes the ball ridiculously far away from himself. So when your opponent tries to tackle, they miss the ball entirely and just kill him. I was using him as a left striker, as a poacher, and if the opponent made one step wrong, they'd either be given a red card or he'd be through on goal. If he then scores the chance, that is another question though. His shooting with a finisher wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything to write home about either. And he does have a bit of a thing for hitting the woodwork. Another thing I didn't really like about this card was the roles that they gave him. I mean, I haven't tuned into the Saudi League anytime recently, but why is he a false 9? Like, that makes no sense. It isn't really a huge hindrance. I mean, Poacher regular works fine with this card. He's got good enough attacking eye and he's quick enough that it doesn't really matter anyway. It just seems like a really weird decision. And this is a card that, although he has loads of different positions, you want to be playing him as a striker because he's not great on the right wing. He's good at the left wing, but he hasn't got that, so you have to switch him in game. But the 3-star weak foot and no finesse or Travella traits means that he's quite limited if you play him down the right, in my opinion. I personally would not play him as a cam, unless you're using him as a shadow striker. His playmaking ability is fine, but not good enough to be in a cam spot. This guy is a two-trick pony. He is the quickest player in the game over short distance, and he can turn on a dime with that insane agility and balance. That is enough to make him a meta player. It's just not how I play the game. I wouldn't have gone out of my way to spend 200,000 coins on this card. However, I got lucky and packed him from Devara's rewards, alongside Milinkovic-Savic, who, if we get 250 subscribers by the end of this week, I will also cover. After using him, I can see why people are paying so much money for him, because he is just very fun. He also got himself quite a nice record in FUT Champs and Rivals with 11 goals in 6 games. Bearing in mind, this is in a formation that I don't run, and I don't use players that I was using in this team, but he still managed to make it work. This is definitely a very good card, not quite top tier, but a very solid striking option, especially if you're running a poacher. So I'm going to have to give him a 7 out of 10. 220,000 coins is a little bit too much for me, and I'd say I would only pay a maximum of 150,000 instead. He was also very good in game and lived up to his stats. Just some of those stats are still a little bit low in key areas for me. And although the Saudi League isn't a top tier league, he is still French, so he's quite linkable as well. I'm sorry if I didn't cover anything you wanted to know, so any of the questions you have, please feel free to ask in the comment section. And please leave a like and subscribe as it really helps the channel out. I'll also put a video on the screen now showing my favourite icon this year, and she's only like 300,000 coins now, which is just an absolute steal. But until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.